What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is March 22nd of 2022. Well, folks, I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are, and in today's video, I want to talk about why I believe here in April, we are going to see Bitcoin retest up to $60,000 in price, getting back up to that range of the all-time highs where we constantly seen resistance since as far back as 2021. And the question remains, could we see a breakthrough through that range, setting a new all-time highs and kicking off the third wave of this bull market? We've got lots of things to discuss in today's video right after our quick sponsor. And our sponsor for today's episode is TaxBit. The 2021 tax season is here. When it comes to crypto, dealing with taxes can be difficult, but it doesn't have to be. TaxBit helps you calculate your tax obligations on your cryptocurrency activities by plugging in your various exchanges and crypto platforms. With support for over 481 crypto exchanges, you can track your crypto accounts and wallets with ease. And thanks to the TaxBit network, your exchange likely provides free tax documents powered by TaxBit. If you're interested to learn more, check out the link in the description below and start this year's tax season off with ease. Alright, everyone, so let's go ahead and kick things off here. I want to dive straight into the Bitcoin chart here. Over the past week or so, we've been trending higher here in price, coming from around the $38,000 range, which has proven to support. The last three times we retested it, we're not coming down here to this kind of bottom part of the ascending channel we've been seeing of higher lows and higher highs. But on top of that, we've been trending all the way back here to $42,500. The market price here, both for Bitcoin and Ethereum, is showcasing clear signs that the market is getting past its consolidation phase. Bulls are no longer waiting for those kind of capitulated lows around the upper $30,000 range, around $38,000 to $39,000. Instead, they're willing to pay the market price here. They are leading in the market order flows we're going to take a look into as we go throughout the video. These are, again, those telltale signs that something big is around the corner. Ethereum as well is showcasing this as well. If we take a look at the ETH to BTC ratio, we can see that Ethereum is once again establishing those higher or consistent lows over time against Bitcoin. And on dollar terms, we've retested and reclaimed back towards the $3,000 range. In the next day or so, I really do feel we're going to see a momentous move here in price. And the reason why is because if we take a look here between the highs and the slight pullback we had here back on March 20th, about 3% for Ethereum, we can see that we were able to come down and buyers made that range new support and are already pushing price higher. They're really not waiting around for the next coming week or so to see if it's established. They're buying into the market, they're buying into the asks on the order book, they're pushing prices higher and getting very confident that the market's going to start trending higher. And this is exactly what we want to see here, not retesting down towards these capitulated lows, just like we're not seeing with Bitcoin. And on top of that, seeing ETH starting to outpace BTC. So we can take a look here at the ETH to BTC ratio, right? Either consistent lows or higher lows over time. And then we start trending higher yet again. This is exactly what we want to see with regards to price. Now, it's one thing to take a look at price when it comes to the market, but if we dive a bit deeper and utilize some really interesting market insights on market order flow, on the order book, we can see here very clearly through the market metrics that the bulls are in charge. And I understand some of you guys out there are thinking, Nick, like, are you too confident right now that the market's going to start trending higher? Isn't it a little bit premature? My job here, guys, to be completely candid with you all, is to talk about what I see within the market and to share with you all what I think is coming in the near term. We talked about how the market had more room to correct back in December when we were in the mid $45,000 to $50,000 range. We called Bitcoin to come down between 30 to 35,000, and it did just that. We came down and retested that low of the long-term capitulation range. But I got to be honest with you guys, just like how we try to be forward-thinking when it comes to corrections in the market, we try to be forward-thinking when it comes to breakouts in the market, so that you guys don't lose sight of the potential sideways price action as it may seem in the market. Now I want to go ahead and take a look at our partner here on the channel, and that's Bookmap, right? Now, if you guys are interested to get access to these tools, you can check out the link down below in the description. It's a great way to support the channel and also to gain some really interesting market insights you just can't find on applications like TradingView. Now, I want to go ahead and point your guys' attention to a few key metrics here. First off, if we take a look at the volume dots here in the market that are tracking the market order flow here, we had some major bulls coming in here just over the last couple of hours here, really driving up prices here from this 41K range all the way up here towards around 43,000, making some serious leaps and bounds. And again, if we take a look here at the CVD, the cumulative volume delta, which is again kind of helping us to get a gauge over the last couple of days of where that market order flow is coming, we can see that these volume dots, or this market order buying, is very significant. We can see over time that we had a major spike here just over the past couple hours where the trend was relatively neutral. And we can also see, if we take a look at the order book here for the vast majority of markets, we can see that the bulls still have more bids than the bears in regards to asks, meaning that there is more potential buy fills or effective support for price than there is against the resistance of the asks on the order book. Now, as we can see here, there are some clear levels here we're going to have to see broken in order for price to really just start climbing higher. Some pretty big heavy sellers here, around 43,500, and on top of that, around $45,000. But if you get another one of these kind of moves in the CVD here, right, where the market order flow just comes in big waves, and I can usually say that when you get these kind of buys, it's usually not a one-off event. If you get a secondary wave of this clearing through those two major ask levels around 43,500 and 45,000, that is going to be your catalyst moment. At that point, we are going to be revisiting a range here when it comes to Bitcoin's price that we haven't gotten to yet since as far back here as February of 2020. And if we can clear through those orders, it's likely the price is going to rip higher and get past this general ascending line of resistance, this channel that's been building up. That's when we get up here, we turn it into support, and we spring higher. And that's why I want to make the case that really as soon as later in April, if this trend plays out here, we could be back up towards that 60K range for Bitcoin. We could be in for a spring rally, as we've been talking about here on the channel. But it's not just Bitcoin, right? I want to emphasize this big time, because I understand all the while Bitcoin is obviously the most recognized currency. It is the largest crypto in the crypto space. This is not just likely going to be a Bitcoin rally. And I know a lot of people usually think that it's Bitcoin first and altcoins, but if this market has proven anything, it's proven that the previous trends we found in the past are not the same in this cycle. And we've seen, just like we saw back in late 2020 into early 2021, Bitcoin and altcoins were picking up steam. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight here, if we take a look at market dominance, right? We talked about the pullback here, again, back on around like January and stuff. We talked about how the fact was that because we faced resistance, we'd probably come back down and test this ascending line of support. And we almost did it right here around 56%, just a few fractions of a percentage point off from that range. And now we've started to reverse the trend here. We've started to see higher lows and higher highs. And I think it's very clear here that no matter if we, have something here in late March, I really think it's much more likely to go into April or late April. We could eventually see a breakout beyond this line of resistance, continuing to claim higher territory for altcoins, as we've talked about a lot here on the channel. And it's why we're continuing to expose ourselves, whether it be to large cap altcoins, like the second largest crypto like Ethereum, or a variety of the layer 1 protocols, DeFi plays, metaverse, NFT plays, whatever it might be. We're exposed to the higher risk plays in the market that are going to be outpacing Bitcoin. Now, it's not just ETH here that's been garnering dominance and carrying this forward, but there's a lot of other plays. You've got BNB against BTC, still holding on its long-term line of support here with all the significant lows of the past. And that is incredibly significant considering that BNB is technically, if you're excluding Tether, the third largest cryptocurrency, the second largest altcoin here, right behind Ethereum. And having these higher lows over a longer term trend showcases to us, right, so long as we don't break below this, that the market is still showing signs of confidence, that the market is still greedy, it's excited, it's expecting higher prices, and then we've gotten past the fear and the macro environment concerns that might have weighed down crypto. Now, on top of that as well, you've also got a ton of various different altcoins. And this is one of my big signs. I sent out an alert about this to the Dash Report group, where we're starting to see a lot of random kind of altcoins popping off in the market, having multiple days of 10-20% gains. And that is a really big telltale sign that the market is starting to, again, not just passively accumulate or fill their orders. The smart money or institutions are not waiting to fill with limit orders. They're market order buying. They're getting their positions because they're feeling the FOMO is around the corner. The market's going to start trending higher. One of those examples that I want to talk about, which as you all might know, I'm an advisor to the project, or I served as an advisor in the past, and still help where I can over time, is Unibright. Now, many of you might know about Unibright as one of the enterprise titans within the cryptocurrency space. And it had a major rally here over the past couple of weeks here in the early part of March throughout the rest of the month. And it looks like it's set to continue trending higher here. The reason for this is because you got a lot of projects like Unibright coming out with major announcements, a lot of building over the past couple of months in the market of silence, where we've been seeing a lot of teams slowly but steadily working over time on some really phenomenal projects. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about Baseline later down the line. I'm going to be having Stefan and Martin on the channel, so I recommend you guys stay tuned for that in the coming week or so to talk a little bit about Baseline. But in the meantime, I do want to emphasize here that you guys should check out the news here and some of the recent updates, as well as the overall roadmap for the launch of Base Ledger, one of Unibright's leading enterprise products here within the product suite that they have, such as the Unibright framework, as well as free equity and many other products that they've been working on to tackle major trends in the crypto space. But I digress. I know I rambled on a bit. The major thing here is to emphasize how crypto has been holding up here in this market. If there is any sign out there that I think would convince you guys of this idea that markets are ready to start trending higher, it's what's going on between Bitcoin and other general leading crypto assets against the major equity markets, right? We've been in a start of, like, really, if you think about the first quarter of 2022, it was a year of a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty in financial markets between inflation concerns, the crisis and war going on between Ukraine and Russia, probably one of the biggest geopolitical events of our time, and so many other macro factors that had the world concerned. And all the while, there are all these concerns, we are still seeing Bitcoin trending higher against equities here. It has continued to maintain this trend as far back here as not only here in January in the short term, but has continued to establish higher lows as far back here as November 2020. A clear trend of higher lows, lower highs here, right? And now we've got an opportunity to have the third retest. The third time is a charm here, where we get a surge here going into April and May. We turn this range of previous resistance into support, and we start to trend higher. So I hope you guys appreciate my very elegant drawings there on the chart, but TradingView doesn't make it very easy. You get my point though. I think there's a very good chance here that we are going to see this spring rally that we've been talking about. My convictions are only growing stronger in this. I'm putting my name by it. I'm placing my chips on the table and putting my money where my mouth is. I do believe that we're going to see continued strength in the market. The signs, the consolidative signs in both the market order flow, and the order book, and market price itself with higher lows and higher highs are all indicative of a trend back upwards to retest those previous all-time highs. I'm excited to see what's going to happen here in the coming month, and I hope you guys will continue to stay tuned here on the channel as we cover not only what we expect for Bitcoin going forward, but outside of that as well, what we could see going into the altcoin market, as there will be a lot of opportunities to invest throughout the space. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. If you like this video, consider dropping a like, consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon, and if you want to get more deeper market insights like the ones we cover here on the channel, then definitely consider subscribing to the Dash Report down below in the description. That being said, everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.